Hello friends, this is Fred with Arrick's Fly Shop from West Yellowstone, Montana. I'm going to be tying you a steelhead fly today called a pink shrimp. It was developed by my friend and mentor Jerry Wells of Bellingham, Washington. To start off with, we've got a Daiichi 1550 size 2 hook wrapped with about 30 wraps of 20,000 lead wire. He originally tied this on a Mustad 3906 size 2. They discontinued that hook about 10 years ago, and this is the only one that I've found that's pretty darn close, and in all reality probably a better hook just because of modern hook making. Start off with, got some uni thread, 6/0 fire orange. Pull off about a foot, and we're going to leave that hanging out the back. So just go ahead and start your thread, cover that lead, leave that foot hanging out the back. I've got a pink saddle hackle here. This is just pretty low grade, like it kind of webby. I'm gonna tie that in by the tip. And I've been having trouble breaking these darn things. Let's see if we can get away with it this time. That guy tied in by the tip. Got some chenille here. This is I'd call it kind of a shell pink, shrimp pink. It's definitely not a bright hot pink color. Just go ahead and secure that down at the back. Wind that up to the front. It's interesting to note when Jerry put this together, this was a big bright fly. About the biggest thing that they had was a number 4 Skykomish Sunrise as far as big and bright. They had some steelhead holed up in low clear water in the North Fork of the Nooksack, and they couldn't get them to move to a fly. They were getting them on bait, and when he put this together they started getting a few. We're just going to palmer this saddle up through our chenille. About 5 wraps probably. Little extra turn at the front with that nice webby stuff. Breathe good in the water. Tie off. Clip our excess. Next I've got some craft fur here, red. I already cut it off the hide. Pull out the underfur. Just kind of work that stuff out of there. If you're into saving things, this underfur actually makes a pretty darn good dubbing. Maybe tie a red General Practitioner with it later on. Hold that out in front. I don't know if you can see here. Just stack that. Pull off the long stuff, lay it next to the, trying to get it, you know, somewhat similar length. Want the tail, you know, roughly the length of the whole fly. I don't get too crazy about measuring on this since we're not imitating a specific insect. That looks pretty good to me. Make some wraps there and get that good and secured down. Clip off the butts. Just kind of wind that stuff down, and I'm going to tie off right now, so build up a little head there. Make it look nice and clean. Whip finish. Clip our thread. Pretty near done with this guy. Stand that up and just brush your hackle out of the way a little bit. Now's where that foot of thread we clipped off comes in. Get a hold of it, pull this down for a shell back. Try and tie that down there. You're going to capture a few hackle fibers. Try to minimize that. It probably doesn't really matter too much. And I like to do a hand whip finish here. You can get your Mattarelli to do the trick. Kind of tough and bouncing into the camera here. That's tied off. Last step's going to be a little bit of head cement. some on the head and on the spot on the back where we tied the carapace down. Important to note that later on, put together a purple version. Purple chenille, purple hackle, blue on the back. It's a great fly. Nobody fishes it anymore. I was just reading a book that was just released called Wild Steelhead, and Sean Gallagher, the author, talks about Jerry and this fly. I get the impression he fished it quite a bit. His fishing partner noted to him the other day, the fish never stopped liking it, and Sean said, I know, they just went out of fashion. So here's kind of a change-up fly. Fish is good on the swing. Fish is good under a bobber. I've caught silver salmon, stripping the pink version in slack water. So there you have it, friends. Pink shrimp. Happy tying, better fishing.